So this is how I personally feel. Sometimes it's easier in the Philippines to be a white guy or even a black guy compared to a Filipino American. I'm actually headed home, just came out of the office, so just today, usually I try my best to be as uniform as possible and just try to get my thoughts out, write it out. But these rides in the car, I don't. So like I said, impromptu. What bike is this though? It is I don't know what that is. That can't be a Harley. That's too small to be a Harley. But yeah, it's freaking crazy. People just like drive till I don't understand. Look at this right here. I don't understand this. Cebu driving is. Yeah, so that annoys me when people keep turning left. When one person goes left, everybody tries to take the opportunity as you budge forward or inch forward. I wanted to kind of talk about like what's it been like living here in the Philippines as a Filipino American, right? Filipino American life is I would say it's a bit different than being a regular Filipino, right? For me, there's nuances. There is some sense of like, not so much prejudice, but there's some of that crab mentality that goes around, I'll be honest with you. And so this is how I personally feel. Sometimes it's easier in the Philippines to be a white guy or even a black guy compared to a Filipino American. Because for me, there's a lot of things that are going through my head right now as to how to articulate this in a way where it's not offensive, right? So, like one, you're not Filipino enough for the people here because of language barrier, maybe cultural barrier because you grew up in the States. So you're not Filipino enough. At the same token, you're not American enough because like that's usually what I faced in America sometimes too. When I've had my times of like racial profiling and things like that. So you would think that you feel at home here, which I generally do because I love it here in the Philippines. But there is a sense of like, it's not really reverse racism or it's like prejudice because this is how I personally feel. I could be very wrong. Comment down below if you're a Filipino American, you feel this way. I feel as if like that crowd mentality does come out here, especially the fact that you're a Filipino American. Because looking at a white person, let's say per se, or a black person or whatever, or an actual foreigner, not all. Some Filipinos will view it as, yeah, you know what? He's from abroad, understandable. That's why he's the way he is. That's why he's been successful or whatever. But as a Filipino American coming here, it's like, oh, well, how come him and why not me? I mean, like you get some hate from time to time. But at this, what's happening? But at the same time, I feel like sometimes being a Filipino American, the level of like, let me use the guy because, he's so much more better off than me and things like that. That can probably happen with white guys or, foreigners, as well. My point of view has always been like, there's certain expectations Filipinos expect of me, looking the way I look, and looking Filipino. I mean, to some people do like when they look at me closely, they be like, "Are you mixed?" or "Are you whatever?" Yeah, I am mixed, but I'm Filipino at the end of the day. That's what I say. But like even like, and I don't blame Filipinos. I really don't. Even like when I go to, and I've had this has happened to me in front of me. I was in a nail salon waiting for my wife's nails to be done. So sometimes in those setups, you can actually, I'm right next to my wife, so I'm talking to her while the lady is cleaning her nails and things like that. The lady next to her starts talking shit. And in a way where it was just stupid, because she thought that I was faking my accent or faking my personality. Because I overheard talking to the guys. He's like, some people that work in the call centers, I don't know why they speak English because they think that they're all that, or they think that they're better than the local people. And that's a crab mentality that I'm referring to, because you can, and this is like, and for you Filipinos who listen to this, stop being ignorant. When you hear my accent or accents like this, it's almost impossible that you grew up in the Philippines. Almost. To a great degree, if you spoke to me on the phone, I'm relaxed, I really talk like I'm from New York. So no one would ever think, like, unless they knew my name or knew what I looked like, what nationality it was if I'm on the phone. Because I can switch it up too. I can talk very proper. But ain't no one saying I got an accent, like a Filipino accent. So this lady, while I'm hearing this like BS, like, you know, like one row, it was like 2 seats away from me. I was like, and I told my wife in a very somewhat loud voice, I'm like, yeah, you know, like I was referring to like, oh, like back home. I said New York or whatever. She still wouldn't shut up. She kept saying like, oh, I can't believe some of these people here that they think they're higher than the regular Filipinos because they work in a call center. And I don't know why they start speaking English everywhere. Oh, and I told my wife straight up, I was like, yeah, a lot of people here are pretty ignorant, you know, because they can't match my voice to my face. So I was like, I said that loud enough for her to hear. And then I spoke the dialect just a tad bit. You have to understand, when I speak the dialect, there's an accent. That's when an accent happens. When I speak English, there's obviously no accent. When I speak the dialect, my tone, you know I'm not from around here. I speak the dialect, I know the words and all that mess, but for me to speak to someone here, or just like, they know the word is like quemao. Quemao is like kind of off, it's weird. And that's how I sound, because my tongue is no longer accustomed to how the tongue moves here in the Philippines. That, like, being a Filipino American living in the Philippines, sometimes it's rough, sometimes it's hard, you know. People have expectations of you. People expect that you are going to pay the tab. You're going to pick up the tab. People expect that, you know, when you're in town, you're going to take people out to the best of the best places and all that stuff. And unfortunately, I am cheap as, I'm not going to say I'm cheap. I'm frugal as hell. So you're not going to catch me take people out to crazy places, because that's just not me. It's just not me. You know, my dad was Chinese Filipino, and that Chinese part of him is really tight. Yeah, that's kind of like what my lived experience as a Filipino living in the Filipino American living in the Philippines, because naturally, like this, and this is what I don't understand as well. If they see a white guy, or black guy, or somebody different, they'll speak English all day. Like, hey sir, how are you? You know, what can it, you know, whatever the lingo is going to be. But if they see me, it's natural for them to speak Tagalog or Bisaya, because obviously I look Filipino to a great degree. But once I speak English back to them, they still speak the dialect to me, which is kind of weird, because it's like what if I didn't understand or didn't know the language? What would you then do? Because then I've done this many times, a few times too. I have told the person, I'm sorry, I don't speak Tagalog, can you go English? They keep speaking Tagalog to me. You know, it's a bit frustrating, to be honest with you. A bit frustrating. Life in the Philippines for me is amazing. Although I do have to say right now, it's a bit testing. To be honest with you, it's a bit testing. I'm looking for more opportunities. I'm looking for more opportunities. Right now, right now it's just the evolution of trying to make it happen, from like just taking nothing and turning it into something. I'm at that mode right now. Ideation, creation, and implementation. That's literally kind of where I'm at right now. Or trying my best to build the systems out so I can implement. If you are a person that's a Fil-Am, Filipino American, or a foreigner or an expat that wants to start business, let me know. I'll do my best to help you. My calendar is below. But if you need assistance in forming your business and kind of put you down the right direction, if you need assistance, if you have a leadership team ready, or the hiring, the firing, I can handle that as well. Because working here for about 3 or 4 years now, as well as just dealing with the local people here, it's different. So not bad, but just different. So if you need help with that, I'll be more than happy to help you. And just out there trying to do my best to bring value. That's pretty much my thing now. Find ways to give value. Take care. God bless. I pray you guys are great. And, you know, usually in my way home, I usually, you know, I kind of like dump everything and literally just see what I can do in the next few days, priority setting up, like mental journaling, And then this is kind of like my journal too as well. But once again, I'll see you guys soon. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the shares. And I'm about to get it. I'm gonna go eat real quick and then try to find and brainstorm to make more opportunities. That's the name of the game, honestly. I'll be more than happy to link up with you. If you're in the Philippines, let's have some coffee. If you need some help, I'll do my best. Take care. God bless. I'd love for you guys to share, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to me. It really does. Helps the channel grow. I want it to, like right now, I'm putting it into the air. I'm putting it into the atmosphere. I want this channel to create $300,000 a month, which is about, what is about $8,000 a month? I gotta find that way. Find that way to create maybe even a daring thing. Be a YouTube millionaire within 1 year. I don't know. Maybe that's too daring, but it's okay to dream as long as you go after it. But take care. God bless. Bye-bye.